IntiMs.com.
It's your main man 360 the poet from the Morning Wood. And are you looking for the perfect drink? Well, you found it. Mimosa Royale is the perfect combination of California sparkling white wine and natural juice that is both tasty and refreshing. No artificial colors or flavors, no sugar added, and it's gluten-free. As the world's first ready-to-drink mimosa, Mimosa Royale is perfect for any occasion, day or night. You no longer have to drink 12 of those seltzers just to get that perfect buzz. At 8% alcohol, Mimosa Royale is the perfect drink to party with. Offered in a variety of flavors and sizes, you are bound to find a Mimosa Royale that you'll love. We have berry, mango, apple, and orange, with more flavors to come. Mimosa Royale is the most award-winning flavored wine that serves in bottles or cans. You can find them online at drinkmimosa.com or find them at your local liquor store. Ask for it by name. Mimosa Royale. It's your main man 360 the poet.
Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7 on hot7025fm.com.
What's going on, everybody? It's your main man 360 the poet from the Morning Wood, and I'm here to talk to you about the Sci-Fi Center. It's your Vegas home for science fiction, horror, and fantasy. From comic books, toys, and posters to movie screenings and live events, they've got you covered. Located at 900 Cameron Avenue, Suite B209, give them a call, 702-900-4335, or reach them at thescificenter.com.
Tune in now on hot7025fm.com. E-Class Consulting. It's owned and operated by E. Carice, providing tools, training, and resources that are sure to make you and your business even more successful. We are staffed with a marketing, credit, tax, and a real estate consultant. E-Class Consulting also provides a temporary admin service called E-Class Admins. Want to book an appointment with E-Class Consulting? Call 702-518-3002 or email book@eclassconsulting.com. E-Class Consulting, navigating you to greatness.
This is Miss Connie from Levels of Intimacy. You're tuned in to Hot 702.5 FM. It's your girl, Miss Connie, coming to you every Wednesday at 5 p.m., discussing the levels of intimacy. What's your naked truth? Stay tuned in to stay turned on. See you at 5.
Hey, what's up, world? It is your girl, Miss Connie, and you are tapped into Levels of Intimacy, the naked truth. Yes, I am back again on this good, hot summer type temperature day, but I don't even think it's really summer officially. But listen, we're in over 100 degrees here in Las Vegas. If you're tapping in from Cleveland, Ohio, hey, I hear it's a little bit of rain, but the flowers will be beautiful, although it's wet outside. And if you are in Houston, Jesus, please, I will be praying for you. Okay, speaking of travel, if you guys have been paying attention, in the past 36 hours, I have been posting about Egypt this week. This is actually my second week of really promoting my girl Sheba and her Manifest Travel Connect business. She is coming in all the way through the sound waves for you guys. And keep in mind that it's a 12-hour difference, guys. So I got my girl up in the wee hours hours of the day. Yes, we're going to be talking about that good trip over to Egypt let's learn something. Let's find out some things about ourselves. But once again, I'm giving you guys time to come on in, tap in. Welcome to the show. Hello, all of my listeners and my watchers on Facebook, YouTube, streaming in from Instagram. It is such a pleasure to have you guys take time out your day to tap into me. And today, I always tap into these topics. So our topic today is the power of detachment. Okay, like the power of detachment. And I'm not going to take a lot of time because I am, like I said, keeping my girl up. So I want to come in and introduce her because we had a long conversation last night, and there were so many topics to tap into that I was like, wow, Fran, are we going on our journey from the beginning? Are we going to talk about just the trip? Like, what are we talking about? And in the context of that conversation, we always go into these personal realms of ourselves. This is why I love conversating with her. And you guys are also going to love her as well. But this is a gift I'm giving you guys. A lot of you don't know people that are going places, let alone are sitting in that place. So let me take you on a journey as I introduce you to my friend, okay? My sun buddy, my blonde, officially. Listen, let's bring her in the house, Miss Sheba Chanel Black. Welcome to Levels of Intimacy, the Naked Truth. How are you today, beauty? Can you hear me? You're muted.
Okay. You hear me now?
Yes.
You hear me
Hello,
now?
goddess.
Okay.
How are
Hey.
you?
Hey, Miss Lady. Thank you for having me on. It's early, but you know what? I'm here.
What time is
Um,
it there?
when I was 8:07, when I got up, it was about 6 o'clock a.m. on Thursday. I think we're a day ahead. So I'm in Bali, Indonesia, and yeah, it's
I,
definitely, but I will get up for you.
Man, like I love that, y'all. Listen, we getting ready to pay some bills for this queen over here, y'all. We getting ready to invest in her business. We getting ready to invest in ourselves. Before I give you this platform, because I really want you to take this time to talk and tell and teach. It's a tea day,
Right.
But guys, like I said, we came up with the topic of the power of detachment. And sometimes that means that we have to remove ourselves from things and peoples and situations and life choices that are sometimes hard, to make these powerful choices. But when you do decide to choose you, there's a level of mastery that goes along with that. Being in Vegas, we deal with a lot of transient people. People move here for different reasons, but you always want to find your culture. And this is how Sheba and I found each other in a group. Shout out to Vegas Brunch Gang, because that is how we met. Shout out to Adrian Jones Trotter, who created that group and brought to a group of collective women from all different areas and levels of life. And we all formed, friendships and groups from that. So
Right. Right.
that is how we met each other. It was instant. I saw her in traffic, a black girl looking to the left and the right like she was lost. And I was like, hey, you looking for us over here? And
Right.
that is how we met.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. When
And
you, okay.
go ahead. No. So it's on you now.
All right. Yeah. So when I met you, I was, oh my God, I was going through a big transformation in Vegas, for about a good 9 to 10 years.
Speak a little bit
And
louder, Chanel.
you hear me? Okay, I have been back in Vegas for a good 10 years. I had just lost my father, so I went through a big transformation, um, entering back into Vegas. I had just lost my father, and I began, going on this journey. And on this journey, it opened up doors for me to manifest things like experiences like Egypt, in Bali, and, different places that I've always dreamed and imagined that I would be. So, I'm just so grateful for the journey. I'm just so grateful for the experience and also for the opportunity to be able to share with other. I'm also a single mother. So I am grateful to share my experience for single mothers who are with their children who feel like they have no way out, that all things are possible and anything can be manifested in your life.
In
So I
Jesus'
just want
name. In
to
Jesus' name,
I want to
amen.
share. Yes, yes.
So,
So,
how long have you been over in Bali?
oh my God. So I got to Bali last year, November 2023. Um, so, and I've been here ever since. I'm going into what, about a good shy of 5, 6 months here. And I never would have imagined being here, but just the experience of, I guess, anxiety. I don't have the anxiety. I don't have the stress that I hear that's going on in the U.S. when it comes to the rising of the rent. Um, just
Speaking of
different
rent,
things.
how much is your
Mhm.
rent there?
Oh my God. I think my rent is about 400.
10,
$400.
$11.52 a day. You could
Right,
live
exactly.
in a beautiful,
Exactly.
remote, landscaped area with no litter in life
Yeah,
living. So,
it is.
okay, so I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I'm thinking like so guys, what you don't know is the last time that Sheba and I were together, we were going to Red Rock to sunbathe stones and just live our free spirited lives. Like, girl, let's go on a journey. It just got warm. We were so excited. We went to heaven without a plane. We literally were in the clouds before we realized that we were up too high. And I said, now we need to turn around. Like, we went from hiking to rock climbing without gear. And I should have known because Gigi was like, Ma, I'm not going that way. And I'm like, come on, Gigi.
Right.
Hence, I fell down the mountain and broke my knee. And I mean, that experience alone, I'm like, did I run you out of here? But more than that, the strength I had, because I knew my knee was broke. And remember the man kept saying, you broken. And I was like, no, I'm not.
Right,
Like, mind
right,
over
right.
matter. And I made that cane out that tree. I broke
I
that
think
tree.
it had to be the hottest day, the hottest day. But yeah, you did, and
And that was
to
it. And
see.
you had did the reading. Remember, and you were like, listen, you supposed to be sitting still. And I'm like, I'm on a journey, girl. I'm gonna figure it out. And I've had to sit in my broken stage and I watched you leave here. Like,
Mhm.
dang, she really left.
Out.
And watching you. So the first time you went to Egypt was when?
The first time I went to Egypt was during the pandemic, so I think that was 2020. Um, and I got someone to ask me about manifesting a trip to Egypt. And at that time, like I said, I was going through my own spiritual transformation and, really tapping in. And the spirit was just like, don't say yes too fast. Don't say no, just look around. And I started to look around, at my vision boards and different things like that. And I was on my way out the door to Jamaica, the crazy thing about it. But spirit was just like, look around. And so I began to look around and I already seen on my vision board that I was already headed into Egypt. So it didn't take nothing for me to just confirm that this was going to be my journey. And from there, I came in, not even knowing, not even, just being open. First of all, I never imagined that I would be experiencing, I've dreamed, but never imagined that I would be stepping foot inside of Egypt and to be flying in and looking over the desert. It was just, breathtaking. It felt like something was getting ready to change in my life. So, landing in Egypt and coming outside of my hotel and standing in front of the pyramids was just like a breakthrough, like a reconnection. And from there, that's where my life of change,
Mm-hmm.
the power of manifestation, following my intuition, knowing that, I'm supposed to be at these places reconnecting. It just gave me so much joy to be rooted, in the land of the gods. So
Mm.
that's how I got to Egypt. That's how I manifested my trip to Egypt. And on manifesting my trip to Egypt, I was able to connect with a guy named Captain Negeb there, and we became partners. And then I started bringing my own groups. So this is going to be my fourth group bringing inside to Egypt since 2020. So imagine just by listening to Spirit, going, not even knowing that I was going to create an opportunity for myself, and then to be on my divine purpose, bringing other people back into Egypt. So that was a change. That was a big, um, what do you call it? A big change in my life on my road that I was on, and I appreciate the beautiful experience that I had there.
Beautiful. So you tapped into another subject I said that we were going to discuss, and that is the fact that you are a single mother. But reflecting on tonight's conversation with the power of detachment and just detaching yourself, because as long as I'd known you, you were moving to Jamaica. So when I'm on Facebook and I see you in Bali, I'm like, damn, she got dough. Like, kind of get your money up so you could be in Bali for 30 days and then come back home for 2 and move to Jamaica. And then I saw you there for 45 days. And then I said, she ain't coming back. And you were like my second friend who moved to Bali. But
Right.
my other girl Mona, she's down there and she's into health and wellness and body, and I always see her do all these yoga things with Russell Simmons. And I was
Hmm.
just like, okay, well, she's single and got this different kind of life. But then I'm like, wow, look at Sheba. She left here as a mother of I think as she was in elementary school, right? Zadora was in
Yeah.
elementary. Yeah, and not only are you dealing with a young adult, you're dealing with a child with an impairment. So
Ooh.
tap into talk about that is and understanding the power of detachment from the system and dealing with that level of care, and going to some place that's unfamiliar and your daughter, just tap in. Yeah,
Yeah. So when we talk about the power of detachment, it is very important to know that
talk a little
when
louder.
when we talk about the power of detachment, it is very important to know that when you have something on your life and you are being called to move, I always say, go. I have two adult children that I had to make the decision to leave behind in order to go on my journey. And yes, Jamaica was my destination, wasn't
Mm-hmm.
nothing deterring me for that, but I
Mm-hmm.
realized that the more I kept trying to save money for Jamaica and the more I kept going, my money kept getting snatched. And I was like, okay, I knew I was getting out of the US. It's something that I always wanted to do, but I just didn't know financially how I was going to do it. So, the beginning the beginning of last year, 2023, around March, I started seeing because I had visited Bali in 2019 before COVID had happened. So already Spirit was already putting it in my um, inkling that I was going to be, moving. I just
Mm-hmm.
didn't know how. So at this time, March 2023, everything that I had seen in Bali I was seeing in Vegas, whether it was
Mm.
the statues, whether it was the taste of the food. I just started having that experience. And so I'm like, wait a minute, Spirit, where are we going? Are we going back to Bali? And how? How are we going to do this? So that was March. And up until November, I told you I got here last November. Up until November, I had been going through a release. Spirit had been taking me through a release, releasing everything, releasing anything that was attached to me, to the U.S., any traumas that I had been through. I had been going through a whole purification release. That was October 31st. I set up and I said, okay, Spirit, what we doing?
Not Halloween.
What we doing? Was
Right.
the question. November 1st, 12 p.m., somebody came and bought my car. I ran and took that money and I put it on my one-way plane ticket and I never looked back. So that is the power of detachment. That is the power of manifestation. And like I said, I'm going on shy 6 year, I mean 6 months, sorry. I'm
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 about to
in the
say.
future, but
Right.
6 months being here in Bali, and I want to say it is the best thing for, like I said, my mental health. And like you said, I brought my 12-year-old. My 12-year-old is hard of hearing. Um, it's taken a minute for her to adjust because, of course, she misses her brother and sister. But I just believe that me and her, because like I said, I have two grown kids, me and her, she came here and we're on a journey together. And she's teaching me a lot about myself. She's teaching me how to heal childhood trauma and things that I've been through. So even though she hasn't lost her hearing, she's hard of hearing. So she can hear. She
Hmm.
has she's very tech savvy and she's very smart and she's very intelligent, but she's mirroring me and she's showing me things that I need to heal.
Hmm.
So something that I may have thought back in the past, God, why are you giving me another kid and I could barely take care of another kid? I could barely take care of the ones that I got. And but she ended up being a magical child to me. And but it feels like she's an ancestor because she's always on
Mm.
me, like you stay focused,
That's
pay attention. And I'm like, who are you talking to? But this journey is so magical, and I'm just so happy, like I said, that I did. It was the hardest decision because, like I said, I never been away from my adult kids. And the night that I was getting ready to leave, I found myself breaking down like, where are you taking me and why?
mm.
But what I did realize is me listening, my children are starting to step out and do it on their own. And my daughter, my oldest, she's a dancer. She was in
And she looking
Usher
good. I
Super
seen Zuri
Bowl.
out, honey. I
Yeah,
was like, hey. She was like, I'm like, girl. Like, yeah, I read
yeah.
this Connie. Like, I think you met me with a wig on and now I got a wig off.
Yeah, so they're manifesting. My son is stepping out of his shell. So I just ask because I am so far as that, God, if I go, just make sure that my kids are taken care of. And because I listen, my kids are elevating. So you really have to learn how to use your intuition. And I know that's hard for a lot of people because they don't understand, that's just like going on a road and something tell you to go right and you go left and then you go left and then something happens. I just learned how to, that's my intuition. That's God speaking to me, and it's time for me to go. No matter who's back, mom, father, brother, sister, no matter who's there, I
Hmm.
gotta go because there's something for me to get. My journey is just beginning. I raised my children to be the adults, and things that I used to pray for when my kids were younger, like, God, get me out of here or help me give my kids a different life. My youngest is now reaping the benefits of that. But like I said, the power of manifestation is a knowing that whatever the Spirit says, that's what's going to unfold in your life. And so that's how I've got here to Bali.
Hey, okay. Wanda's talking about what we talking about. You got to listen, Wanda. What's up, Kennedy? Hey, Lovey. Lovey says, what a blessing. Healing is so important. And it's so we know that you went to Egypt during the pandemic, but when did it become like a factor like, hey, there's power here. I need to bring my people here on this journey to heal themselves? When did it, like, I know about the travel business, but it's like, listen, and we had that conversation, over there, and it's a mindset, and you were saying how free and willingly they are where you at when you introduce information. There's no pity patting about costs and like, hey,
Right.
because they're investing in you because they see you. Here
Right.
it's like you're trying to convince people that are they're aware that they are broken
Mhm. Mhm.
on
Mhm.
how to heal,
Right.
but how did it come to that point where you're like, listen, and when you speak of spirit, one of my listeners want to know what are you referencing as a spirit?
So I
What's
talk
the
when I say
naked truth
spirit,
about the
I mean
spirit?
when I talk about spirit, I talk about God. I talk about the
Mm.
universe. I talk about an all, knowing. And I just want to say, I know that there's some listeners. You hear me? You hear me?
We need you to be as loud as I know you inside the place, but just
Okay,
a
you
little
hear
bit
me?
louder. Yeah,
You hear
that's
me?
better.
Okay.
That better.
Yes. So when I talk about spirit, I talk about God, having a connection with God. And traveling the world, you hear me? Okay, traveling
Yes.
the world, I come across God has allowed me to go through different spiritual modalities, religions. And at the end of the day, what I do recognize is that there's only one God. People can put the name on it, whatever their religion is. I grew up in a house. One half of my family was apostolic, and the other side was Church of God in Christ. And I always knew that I was spiritual. Um, And like I said, it really didn't come to pass until my father passed. And then it triggered me. So when I talk about spirit, I'm talking about God. I'm talking about, the the higher power. So
Exactly.
if that puts any calmness to people's spirit.
Yeah,
But
and you know what? It's just really about an education because so that they everybody has been so, I don't want to use the word brainwashed, but so biased.
mhm,
The teachings here are very biased. So if you're not a part of a collective, educated people or intuitive yourself to just not
right,
settle for anything or anybody feeding you information, then you will be textbook ignorant on what
right,
some other people's conversations. So that word now, spirit, energy,
hmm,
vibration, these are
yeah,
very powerful words right
exactly,
now, just going on. So tapping into that trip to Egypt that we will be on, because I'm going. I don't know who else is going,
right.
but we are a little bit late on our deposit. Let's talk about what are we doing? What is that looking like? Like, we got a good 20 minutes, like, from the point that we invest in this manifestation of travel with you. What is that experience? Paint that
Mm,
picture for the guests, because I've watched through, and I'll also share that social media so they can just tap into you in the water. I shared a little bit on my page.
right.
If you on Facebook, follow me. I did post her where you just see that connection with the water, like, but just let's talk about that.
Right. So yeah, like I said, I went to Egypt. I didn't even know. It wasn't, even though I wanted to travel, it wasn't in my plans to even bring a group. I'd had no idea that I would even be bringing a group back to Egypt. One thing about Egypt is that when you go, first of all, like I said, I manifested it. So I never thought that I would be experiencing it. It's when you come back after, I want to say, a couple of weeks is when you start seeing, okay, I have something to do here. And that's how I ended up. So making the connection with the people that I connected with in Egypt, I built a friendship with them. And like I said, from there, I started after a couple of weeks coming back. The first time I went to Egypt, I knew that I had to do something. And that something was bring as many people back to reconnect, because what Egypt does, it open. Everybody asked me about Bali. Yeah, what we want? I said, you need to experience Egypt first. because that is your reconnection. If you feel like, if you've been feeling it in your spirit, like, I gotta go, I don't know how I'm gonna get there, I gotta go. What we talk about is the power of manifestation. When I told you I didn't have all the money when I went to Egypt the first time, but I said, here's my intent, here's my deposit. And when I came back, then I got up the rest of the money to be able to go. So I didn't know I was going to be taking a group, and when I came back, I realized that that was a part of my divine purpose, and I started bringing groups back. And the tour starts in New York. So from New York, the group will meet in New York, and we all fly over into Egypt. And for me, I like to join the group, going over into Egypt, just wearing white, just going over there pure, just going to get whatever it is. Even though I like a good turn up, and Connie, I like to turn up. I like
Everybody
a
know my
turn up, but
friends like a good tenor.
right. But I like being in balance. I like
Yeah.
balance. I go places with the intention to receiving what it is that I'm there to receive. So we are arriving in Egypt. Um, I love looking at people, how they're vibing, how they're looking out the window and looking out over the Sahara Desert, and just like, wow, I can't believe it. But the landing in Egypt, we have our guides to pick us up there. We do our whole visa process, and then we head over into our first hotel, which was one of the beautifulest hotels across from the pyramid. So imagine going out into that balcony and sitting
Ooh.
right in front of the Great Pyramid. Um, and we spend that day, just relaxing, getting ourselves together. And that night we do our welcome party, bringing everybody in, meet and greet. And the next morning we get up and we start on our tour, the Great Pyramid, the Doja, different areas in Cairo. So that's our first location, Cairo, that we'll be checking out, the Cairo Museum, different things like that. And then we leave from there and we head into Nubia, Aswan, where we
Hey.
are, and I
Yeah,
to
that's wow.
stay an extra day there. So we'll be there for 3 days, connecting with the people. Um, they open their doors to us. They break bread. They tell us the stories of, us. They tell us the stories of how, we got to the other side of the the
Mm,
water.
the
Um,
journey.
the journey. And so we do that, and then we visit places like the other temples, fillet temples, and on during that time, all of our transportation is mainly on the boat on the Nile River. So you'll be able to reconnect, with the
Oh,
the
the Nile
the Nile
River.
River,
That
the
just
magical
alone,
Nile
just
River.
the passageway. It just, if
Hmm.
you know anything about Bible, and understanding where you are,
Right.
and wow. And I think that's just a beautiful thing how you say they break bread, because whenever you send somebody off or they go away, you always want to know how did it fare for them. So
Right.
for them to see, although we come from trauma
Hmm.
on this whole journey of becoming African Americans, to be able to come back,
Right. And
and
be accepted. And
yes,
be
yes,
loved on, and be, and I love it because they're like, welcome, cousin, 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 cousin. You
yes,
hear that all while you're there, and you just like, what?
and to be just
Because we,
recognized on some tribal, like, oh my God, hey, you're Igbo. Oh my God, you're
right.
Fulani. Like, they know you already. It's just instant, you know?
Right. So yeah, so we're there for 3 days, and like I said, we're visiting temples, we're visiting temple, and then we're cleansing in the Nile River as well. So you'll get that time to go and swim in the Nile River. It's just it looks dark, but it's really clear. Some people even drink the Nile River.
Mm.
Um, but we leave from there, and then we head on a 4-day cruise into Luxor. So every stop that we make, we'll be going inside of, the temples there. Um, and like I said, this is on a cruise, so you'll be able to relax. You'll be able to do your spine. You'll be able to do, just
Mm.
take some time to yourself um, on this cruise. And then we get to Luxor. We'll spend 2 days in Luxor, in the Karnak temple there. I mean, to be there is just to be like, oh my God, like I've seen this on TV and I've heard about it. But to be there is a different feeling, and to have the opportunity to be able to be a part of reconnecting my people. It feels so good to my soul. Like I never thought that this would be my journey. So for me, it's not about money. It's about getting as many people back so that they can find out who they truly are.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, we're at Luxor. We're there for a couple of days and then we drive over 2 hours into our new location, which is Hurghada. This is where the Red Sea
Mm.
and the Nile River meet. So
Wow.
this will be the last stop on our trip before we head back into Cairo and head out. But at this point, because it's so much go, 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 you'll be able to relax. This is your time. I won't bother you. You won't bother me. But they have, the nightlife there. They have you can hang out by the beach. You can hang out by the pool. This is a five-star resort, on in Hurghada, and so this is the full trip. And like I said, I brought some people with me last time who really had breakthroughs, and they're returning this time. We got people coming from Singapore. We got people coming from here, from Bali.
Mm.
And what I recognize on my journey is that there's so many times that in the US I was trying to get people, come on, guys, see, come in here. The people are like, let's go. They don't
Mm-hmm.
give me a hard time. They just like, and so I realized that Spirit also was saying, I brought you to this side so that you can see that there are people who think just like you know? And so, it is a beautiful experience because, like I said, to come from a place where everybody's in competition with each other, there's none of that here. There's none of that
Yes.
here in Bali. We come together as a community. If you have a business deal, if you have a marketing thing that you need help with, we co-work space and we help each other with, push our, you know, business, whatever it is that we want to do. So even being here today, and I don't want to talk you to death, but even being here
You're not
today,
talking us to death. It's my show. If
I
they don't want to hear it, they bet, girl, listen here. We here for it. But what I am seeing in the comments is, although
mhm,
I posted the flyer on my page, if you're not following me,
right.
what is the total price for the trip and the dates? Just
Okay,
drop
so the
that
date
information
the
right
dates
fast.
the dates are October 8th through the 21st. And the deposits now. And so we talk about deposits. Deposits are $450. And that goes to locking in our group total, keeping
Rates.
that
Mm-hmm.
same price. We have a handful of people already. We still have some spots that we need to fill. So locking in those that group rate and locking in your flights. So that's that. We have several different packages. I know I have people coming from, like I said, from Singapore, Australia, different places where they're opting because our group in New York will be flying in together, so their flight will
Mm-hmm.
be included. So there's different prices for if you're going to be flying in with the group as different as if you'll be buying your own flight coming in. So um, this group, this tour altogether with everything will be about $4,810. And I know that's a big price, but what you're going to get out of it, what you're going to experience can never uh, chart, the money. It's not about money because money is just
Mm-mm.
paper. It's what you came here to manifest. And so if I can just say anything, that's how I got to Bali. That's how I got to Egypt with that mindset. And like you said, you were like, Sheba, how did you come into all this money? This don't got nothing to do with money. This got to do with what I believe and what I know and what I'm being called to do. So
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to share that. If you would like more information about the prices, because like I said, there's different prices in the package, you can contact me directly. At manifesttravelconnect@gmail.com, or even follow us on Instagram at Manifest Travel Connect, and inbox me, and I will be able to send you over our pamphlet with the different prices. So, but like I said, the price for the package with the flight is about $4,810, and that is the cheapest price that I've
Mm-hmm.
seen going to Egypt right now.
Mm-hmm. Okay, guys. So you heard her drop that information there. I'm just curious to know how many people are really listening and understanding this small investment. Let's say it's June, July, August, September, October. So literally we have 5 months. That's $1,000 a month. That's $250 per week, which is what, $7? No, 7 divided by 20, $30 a day. So literally, if we were to save $30 and put $30 a day away starting today, we would probably be up about $100 on paying for the trip. But definitely, guys, one more time, the deposit is due now for $450. How do you accept payments?
So like I said, get in contact with me directly. You can, you can reach me at manifesttravelconnect@gmail. And like I said, I do video calls. I call, you'll be able to connect with me. And I have, like I said, we have a WhatsApp group and everything that everybody is in. So
Oh, yeah,
everything from what
Bali,
you
the Bali
need to
group.
know, yeah, what you need to know, what you need to bring, what you need to do, what you need to have, as long as your passport ready, we're ready to give you an experience of your lifetime. And I'll tell you one thing, and you're going to tell me, because like I said, the people always tell me, like, I never imagined, that I would have been able to experience something like this. And the price is not even it's not
Yeah.
even their concern at the end of it. So, yeah, and like I said, follow us on Instagram at Manifest Travel Connect. Inbox me. You can contact me at manifesttravelconnect@gmail, and I will get back with you.
Okay. So we have a few comments here. I even have some of my friends tapped in from Cleveland, Ohio. What's up, Wanda? She said, I was supposed to go to Hawaii around that time. I would love to change my trip, please, because I'm going, guys. This is real. Like, this is happening. I am out of here. Intimacy Events is collaborating with Manifest Travel.
Manifest
We
Travel
are taking bedroom candy on the road. As far as body care is concerned. We're going to be working on ourselves inside, not on the outside, guys. But I do.
all around.
It was getting too serious. I like, Connie, what?
Where we going with this? No, I get it.
So it's time for that segment, that part of the show, the cat out the bag. The cat out the bag is, me. I'm represented today with my Bedroom Candy Boutique consultant shirt on. This is the last week, guys, of May, where I had a 50% sale off on all of my inventory and stock with Bedroom Candy. Rhonda, I do have your stuff, so I know you're getting ready to start tapping like, what happened to my stuff? What happened to the 50%? But starting in June, Bedroom Candy, this is bridal season. This is bachelorette season. Y'all know I'm here for all of the noise and the nonsense. So I'm all about hosting these events. But more so, because I am going on the trip, back to the subject, I feel as if when you're investing in a travel experience like this, there's some detoxing that needs to be done, So if I'm looking at myself 6 months in, like this is a life journey. Like I'm trying to fix some things from life before and after and in the middle. There's some things that I need to be working on before I come there. So the naked truth about this journey and this purge almost, right? It's almost like a purging, I would say, and a cleansing. So 6 months out, what should we be doing besides giving you some money? What should we be doing to prepare ourselves for this level of silence? Because silence is the loudest noise. And when you go to these deep, one more thing I want to say is that you have not spoke of religion not one time. You've only spoke of spirituality. So I discussed ayahuasca on here a few weeks ago, and everybody has something to say about that. Like, oh, my mama a Christian. She said don't do that. Figure out what worked for you. The power of detachment is not always following behind people who don't wear your size shoes. Hello. Okay. It ain't nothing but bacon to a pig. Look, you know I come up with these colloquialisms. But just understanding that passage that no one's trying to lure you in on no cult experience, because Black people, we always want to make something bigger than it is. Okay. Right. We talking about going somewhere where you can hear yourself think.
You know what? I want to say also.
Talk louder.
You hear me? Okay.
Now I can.
I want to say also, it's just crazy when it comes to your own, your own religion
People.
and where we come from, that is a cult. That is, somebody trying to put, and that's how you know that, somewhere along this journey, like we have been, and I don't want to get into all
Programmed.
that, but I was like, man,
like
I
Lovey
see
said.
Here in Bali, they are so disciplined in their spirituality that no matter who comes and who goes, they're disciplined. They're going to do their ceremonies. They're going to praise, what they do, and nobody can be shaken. In the U.S., one day you this, one day you that, one day you believe. Stay grounded and learn how to just tap in with your own spiritual guide and connection, because God is going to show you everything, which way to go, who to talk to, who to cross paths with. If you stay in discipline, and that's what, like I said, that's what I like about here, because they don't fold. And I wish my people had that same mentality. Like, we know who we are. We know what we came here to do, and we know what we've been called here to do. Egypt is calling you. And I'm going to tell you right now, like you said, getting prepared for Egypt, there are going to be some things that you're going to see, because God is going to show you this is where you're supposed to be, whether it's through symbolism or, whatever. But yeah, when I think about that and I hear people talk about that, because like I said, coming from uh, this background, a church background, and like I said, God is the head of my life no matter where I go. But I just be like, man, how did we get to this point where we forgot who we are and why we're so scared to tap back into that? So, yeah. Yeah.
No,
like
that. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like you said, getting ready for Egypt. You're going to be releasing a lot of stuff. And I just say, get to yourself, hear spirit, journal a lot, ground a lot. And when I talk about grounding, I talk about your feet in the grass, your feet on
Always.
the earth,
I tell people that.
And just get ready to reconnect. If you've been doing things the same way and it hasn't been working for you, you got to try something else, and that's what I say. And that's what I did. So, like I said, upon that journey, it landed me here living in Bali. And now when people call me from there, they're like, I got this going on, I got this, but I can't connect with that because I'm not there. I'm not experiencing that. Like, I'm not watching the news. I'm not hearing these things. So for me, it just sounds like, I'm sorry to hear that, but I got to get off the phone now because that doesn't resonate with what I'm experiencing. So if you want that peace, start making the moves. Start investing in yourself.
Shout out to my past guest, Jermaine Massey, as well, because you just made me think about something that he said. He said that when did we become afraid to fail? We've been failing our whole life. I mean, you were failing from the beginning. He said, as a child learns to walk and they fall, is it like, oh, don't never get up, you fail, it's over. But no, you get back up and you keep trying until you become successful. And now you are walking. No one is holding you. You don't have any apparatus. But, like you said, if it's not working, don't force it. It is okay to outgrow people. It is okay to leave your children. It is okay to excuse yourself from the table of poor, nourished people, humans. And I think and I always tell people that when they call me with that nonsense, I'm full. I had to tell my friend, and I was like, oh my God, I'm full. She was like, what you eating? I said, your bullshit. Like, I can't digest it anymore, because if I do, I'm going to be as sick as you are. And I choose not. So we're not eating the same things. So I don't need, no, thank you. I don't want to share that plate of food with you. So
You have to learn how to, have your boundaries with yourself. You have to, because, like you said, even, dealing with energy and frequencies, like you don't know how.
right. You just
You
have to
don't.
stay a little bit louder. You know, you got a
Okay.
sexy voice, right?
Don't
You
tell
got to talk
nobody.
louder.
But you have to learn how to create your boundaries, because dealing with energy, you don't know how people, just by talking to somebody, how that energy can come over into your world. And then you wonder, why, when I got off the person, I'm feeling like this. I had a good vibe. When I
Drained.
woke up, you feel drained. And
Mm-hmm.
so when people come with you, I just never knew that I had went through a situation where I never knew that the saying, you cannot pour into other people's cup and not get anything in return.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that was really
Oh,
something that
literal.
happened until I was laying on the ground and Spirit was like, "You see what I told you? Now don't ever do that again. I want you to take this year and I want you to pour everything into yourself. And whatever anybody else is supposed to get from you, they're going to see it in you." And
Mm-hmm.
so ever since I got that message, I never looked back. Like I said, I hopped on that plane and I was like, you guys have to see me glow up in a
And
way that you
yes, we
never
have.
seen.
Yes,
So
we have, girl. We are
it's been
watching
a
you glow up.
beautiful experience. And like I said, with everything going on in the world, you see with your eyes open. It's time for you. If you've been getting pushed and you scared, do it in fear. I did it in fear. I did it not having a plan. I did it not knowing. And now, like I said, it's the best decision that I made in my life. And I'm not just saying come to Bali. I'm not just saying I'm saying wherever you are being called, because Bali may not be for
Mm-hmm.
everybody. Africa may not be for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Find out what's calling you and get there and get planted.
Okay.
That's it.
That's it. That's all. Just get up, get out, and get something. Don't spend all your days trying to get
Trying to get
high. You need
high
to get up, get out, and get
and get
something.
planted.
Okay, no, listen, I just want to thank you once again, guys. There is a 12-hour difference on time frame. So it is 6 p.m. here, and is it 6 8? No, it's not 12
No, it's
hours.
not. It's yeah. It's 9 p.m.
So
now. So like I said, we're a day ahead. We're a day ahead.
wait, it's 9 p.m. there?
It's about to be 9 a.m. here. It's
Oh,
8:52.
right, 9 a.m. Right. See, I was like, wait a minute, I'm confused. So, yeah, so definitely, guys, I'm just so excited that you took out the time to be a part of my show. But guess what, guys? If you want to tap into her, because she didn't say it, so I will share the information that she also has her own podcast. Tell them about your
Yay.
podcast real quick. We got a few more minutes.
Just launched it, and like I said, being here, like to be able to have a conversation like this, to be able to have a conversation like this and step out. I'm finally stepping back into the front. Or I'm being pushed in the front. So I, went ahead and we started the podcast live with Sheba. We'll be going on this afternoon. So for us, it'll be 12 p.m. For you guys, it'll be 9 p.m. We're going to be going live, and I'm going to be talking to a guest today, this afternoon, from Bali. So yes, follow us on Live with Sheba and on YouTube as well. Subscribe to the channel. Let's get this information out.
Let's get it going and know that you can change everything in your life by making a different choice. There's choices and there's decisions. We are presented with options. We make choices, and ultimately we are sitting in decisions that we've made. But guess what? You can't change your fucking mind. It's just like, yeah. You can change your mind, people. Women, you can come out of domestic violent relationships. Women, you can leave. You can raise your adult children and allow them to be adults. Women, you can learn to heal instead of deal. Women, you can take out time and money from groceries to self-pamper, self-care of yourself. Women, you cannot... you can keep from wasting your gas, driving people down endless roads, and invest in travel and experiences for yourself. Okay. My name is Miss Connie. This is Levels of Intimacy. What is your naked truth? What are you trying to detach from? Okay. Whether it's physical, mental, emotional, financial, I suggest you go and find your damn self. Okay. Because they talking about your ass anyway. Everybody's saying you crazy and you catering all these people in the first place. So once again, hit me up, inbox me. If you're on Hot 702.5, you can always leave a comment. It will get back to us. If you leave something for me, you can't remember, Sheba, because you just don't know how to listen and tap in, because some of us are hearing this, but know that you won't remember because you are among serpents. So good information is not retained when you are not in the realm of your manifestations and your what's the word I'm looking for? Growth. You know what I'm saying? So people, please, like I've been doing this show. I try to be serious. This is like super, I haven't been really joking about it. I did a little bit of laughs here, but yo, listen, we on a journey, and this is something I have to practice, power of detachment, learning to let go. I've been a mother my whole entire life. At 52, I've had children since I was a teenager, and just letting go and letting them be adults. I've been a business owner. I've been everything. And now what I'm about to be is on time for my motherfucking self. It's been a great day. Thank you guys for tapping in the Levels of Intimacy, Hump Day, Happy Hour, and Wig Off Wednesday. I got free parties for the month of June. Y'all better come on. Girl party, bachelorette, bachelor, vagicator. If you just want to know something about something, and definitely travel, hit me up. Have a great evening. Thank you, Sheba. See you soon.